welcome to the Friday video, as I think I'm going to call it. So this week we're sticking with looking at some Magic the Gathering artwork. I figured we might as well finish off the mega block and sort of two mini blocks, and we'll finish up with Eventide, look at some of the artwork for that. Again, we'll look at some elementals, some of the cycles, a few rares. Just really as to what I had in my binder. I've got a couple of extra cards which are the Eventide artwork, but they're not from Eventide. I've got a couple of cards from Modern Masters. As I think I mentioned in the set musing video, and when we went through, you could see that a number of the cards were reprinted in various Masters sets later on in Magic's history. So I've got a couple of those which I don't have in the original set, which we'll take a look at. And then I don't know whether it's going to be next week now, but at some point soon I will do a non-Magic the Gathering Friday video, just basically not this week. So yeah, let's press on and have a look at some of this artwork. So first up we have an elemental. We've got Flicker Wisp. Then Recumbent Bliss. So this was the only enchantment aura in the set that wasn't part of that cycle, part of the hybrid mana cycle, I think it was. But I thought it was pretty interesting artwork to basically zoom in on. Also this, so you notice I'm going through some of the mono-coloured cards first. And again, as I'm looking through my binder, I noticed a few pieces of artwork that look super interesting and would really benefit from being shot at 1080p. So, Stream Fracture. Another elemental. This is one which actually has hybrid mana in the activation cost of an ability on it. In terms of its casting cost, it's monocolour. Just wanted to pick at least one piece of artwork from the monocolour cards. So this is Soul Snuffers, creature elemental shaman. Has an interesting ability which you can't see on camera, which is when it comes into play, it actually puts a 1/1 counter on each creature. Just so you can see there. There's Flame Jab, which was the 1 damage red sorcery with retrace on it. Oh, Helix Pinnacle, yeah, this was the alternate win condition card. And I wanted to just zoom in a little bit on that artwork. I've seen, I think, foil versions of this which look quite impressive. And just to remind you of the rules text, that had Shroud on it. X put X tower counters on Helix Pinnacle at the beginning of your upkeep. If there are 100 or more tower counters on Helix Pinnacle, you win the game. So, I do actually have a number of lieges. I got pretty lucky. I opened, I think, 10 packs of Eventide of this particular product, and got, I think, at least 3 lieges, of which I've got them all here, I think. So if you remember, they were hybrid mana, 2 and then 3 of the hybrid mana, but they had those stackable abilities on them in terms of both pumping and also additional abilities, non-pump abilities. That was Deathbringer Liege. Then we had, this was this cycle of auras. 1 CMC but hybrid mana. And again, they were caring about the colour of the creature that they were enchanting. Of course, there's Unmake in the set. Pretty nightmarish artwork there. A classic piece of white-black removal. Another elemental, Voracious Hatchling. and of course the noggles. I included this one not just because of the artwork, but it was part of a cycle of uncommons where, again, it cared about certain mana sources of certain colours coming into play. And here's a blue-red Mimic, which would get triggered off of certain spells of certain colours coming into play, or combination of colours in the case of the Mimics. So I want you to play. So the point with these, if you remember, is it's possible to play them in a monocolour deck, but if you do choose to play them in the colours that you could potentially play them in, then you get you get that benefit. So encouraging you to play blue and red. Even though the way the hybrid is on this, you could play this either in a mono blue or a mono red deck as a 2-1. Shrewd Hatchling. It's another elemental, but also, you know, worrying about colours again. Oh, another Liege. This is the black-green one. With the pump and the additional abilities as well. Surprising enough, even though there were 2 legends in the set, I was lucky enough to pull a Sapling of Colfenor. So this is the other one, because we did if you remember, we did the episode on Hatchling for Commander Durdle. So 2/5 with Indestructible. And when Sapling of Colfenor attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you gain life equal to that card's toughness, lose life equal to its power, then put it into your hand. Ah, another Liege. And of course, as was pointed out in the set musics, these were all enemy colours. And then with the appropriate stacked abilities. Another Hatchling, which is an elemental. So yeah, a ton of stacking going on in the set based on colours. Now I thought this was interesting, mainly because of the artwork. There's lots of, when you're getting close, there's lots of really interesting little subtleties and other things going on in that artwork. And these were the ones that cared about how you'd paid for the mana. And again, you would get both rewards if you did spend both colours of the colour identity for this. So this was one of a cycle of spirit avatars, which we'll be coming back to in a moment. So 6 hybrid mana to cast. And then they had some pretty powerful ability on them. This had card draw, and its power and toughness was dependent on the number of cards in your hand. A good old slippery Bogle. This was one of these 1 CMC hybrids where they played nice with the appropriate aura in the set. And this one can play nice if you suit it up, go with a sort of Voltron theme. A couple more here. We've got the Rugged Prairie, which was one of the 5 filter lands. This was the only one that I pulled out of 10 packs that I opened. And if you search on my site, you'll find the Eventide pack openings. So here you can tap it for colourless mana, but then it filters either red or white mana to make either 2 red and white, or 2 white. But that's pretty nice artwork on there. Shame I haven't got a few more of those. And then of course I just wanted to pick one of the scarecrows. So this is the Fang Skulkin. The cycle, each one of these had a sort of colour appropriate ability, or colour dependent ability. And this one was the black one, and I just wanted to include with this one because this was in the Hatchling starting seed for the episode of Commander Durdle. This is a slightly more sort of blurry effect to the artwork on this one. The other ones had a slightly crisper artwork in them. But I just thought this one was interesting. And then finally, a couple of cards that are actually from when I opened that booster box of Modern Masters, but they're from the set originally. There's the Demigod of Revenge. It's the black-red one. It's a Spirit Avatar. And then also I have the white-black one, Divinity of the Pride. Again, I really like the artwork on these demigods, I think as they're referred to, these spirit avatars at Rare. And there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed that quick look at the artwork of some of the paper magic cards I have from Eventide. Thanks for watching. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.